Today I want to talk about food. I'm going to start this video with a story. Go down to the grocery store and me and this dude start looking around. Start picking up items, shopping. That one's got poison in it. What? The back of it, if you look, it says this and this, those are known carcinogens. Okay. That one's got poison in it. What's it? That one's got poison in it. He said, I hate shopping with you. I was like, you would have ate all the poison if I wasn't here, but you hate shopping with me. I'm the problem, because I'm telling you what's wrong, not these foods that you want to eat that are bad for you. I'm not even trying to be a dick. Now, of course, he's joking. He ain't really mad at me, but it's just a story. Now, I got these gloves here, and I got these receipts. There are people online who will tell you, if you want to touch a receipt, you better have some gloves on. Now, I'm not a hypochondriac. I'm not sitting here and saying anything. But when those people say that, they talk about, like, you won't be able to have kids. If you touch too many receipts, you're going to be, like, having cancer immediately or something. Like, I got to be honest with you. I don't hang on to my receipt too tight. So I'm not too worried about the BPAs or whatever that are in them. But the things in my food that I eat, I would prefer to keep out of my body. Things that we know are poison, I don't want to put that in my mouth. So I don't take it off the shelf. I don't take it home. I have another story for you. You ready? I got 2 packs of soy sauce. Actually, I got 3 packs of soy sauce. These packs of soy sauce come whenever you just buy some regular rice or whatever. This pack of soy sauce comes when you get sushi. Now this is a bottle of soy sauce. Traditional brew. You'll notice that this one says naturally brewed. And now these two claim nothing of the sort. Why is that? If we look at the ingredients, we'll see caramel color. Caramel color. Not present in either of these. Now why do you think these have a coloring agent in them and then these ones don't? Because if these ones didn't have color in them, they might off-put the customer. Now, that's a problem. It makes me think of that Krabby Patty that's made by the machine, but let's just put all this down for a second. Let's talk about traditionally brewed or naturally. Wouldn't we prefer all of our food is natural? Like, organic. That means no pesticides, no poison put on it. Like, we would prefer that that was the normal thing. It's kind of weird that we get sold that that's different when it should be the standard. Like, naturally brewed, traditionally brewed. Like, that should be normal. That shouldn't be, what is this? Artificially brewed. Fake. Okay, so don't treat yourself like the cheap stuff. When you spend money, they give you the good stuff. They don't play around with all the artificial shit. They give you the real stuff. Now, if you already are like soy sauce, you're talking about that. If you're afraid of the beans, I can't help you, my friend. But next item I got down here, ramen. We all love ramen. Who doesn't? If you look on this one real closely, you'll see. Where does it actually say it? Warning! Consuming this product can expose you to chemicals including lead, which is known in the state of California to cause birth defects, because the state of California is the only one where this one will give you cancer, so don't eat it there. But yeah, they got me. I bought this off the shelf thinking I was getting something cool and interesting, and yeah, I got garbage. Poison. Literally poison. Would you eat something if someone put that shit on the table and was like, it's got lead in it? Probably not. But they put it in the packaging on a tiny little label that's the same color as everything else, and you're just like, okay. And then you eat it, and you don't even think. But your body knows. Your body, it doesn't have a choice but consume the shit that you consume, so. I almost hit myself with that. Okay. Pringles. I'm going to compare them. We got California crackers. Both of these are cheddar flavor, right? So this one is non-GMO, all that organic, whatever the fuck shit. And then this one is just Pringles. We all love Pringles. But why can't Pringles use the same ingredients to make a cheddar cheese flavor when that's all it is? It's cheddar cheese. Now, if you're going to argue that a chip can't be organic, I'm going to argue with you because a chip can be organic. That don't make no sense. These could literally be healthy, but they don't want to be. Why? Because money. The corporations know that if they put the cheaper ingredients in here, they can make more of them. And not only that, but you will feel less satisfied by something that is less fulfilling. AKA the artificial ingredients. This shit is literally poison. It's just bad for you. On top of that, they put preservatives in it. preservatives. I want you to really put this into perspective. Preservatives are so that they can put this on the shelf and keep it there longer, so it eventually gets moved. It's more likely this will get sold because it has a longer shelf life, not just because it's better. This thing will expire faster because it's got more organic ingredients. Now, comparing the two, again, they're both cheddar cheese flavor. They do that to make money. Again, artificial. Your body has to process that. That's literally poison, and it's got to go through you. So, drop them. Marshmallows. I like marshmallows. It's one of my guilty things. I go buy the marshmallows and then I regret it later and I don't finish the bag. If we look on the back of these ones, I got blue 1. Do the marshmallows look blue to you? For some reason they gotta dye them, or they just put that in there for fun. And I prefer to think they do it for a reason, so let's call it a preservative, something to keep the color while it stays on the shelf longer. Yeah, guess what? The cheaper marshmallows don't have blue 1. Now tell me why, if I go to the dollar store, this one has more poison in it than the other marshmallow. The leading brand. Like, why am I having to worry about that at all? If we're making a marshmallow, you can use your ingredients, but one of them has dye, one of them doesn't. Like, they're both a marshmallow. Why? Again, we're playing games because one corporation makes more money by keeping it on the shelf longer. That brings us to meat. I want to talk about meat. Talk about fast food. Talk about any of that shit. I'm not going to sit here and tell you you can't eat meat, but I will tell you you should get the best quality meat. You should go get the pasture-raised, grass-fed, all that shit. Do not fuck around with the fast food meat, because the same rules that apply to the chip apply to the burger. They want to move their meat as fast as possible, and they want to get it in you. I'm sorry I said it that way, but it's true. They don't care that it might be poison. They want it to be on the shelf as long as possible, because if it doesn't get bought today, it will get bought tomorrow, because it didn't expire. Not because it's good, because someone showed up today, so they'll show up tomorrow. That meat will probably stay in a locker for a year and still be good, like them Krabby Patties, but we don't want that. If you have fresh meat, it ain't gonna be like that. So don't play around with the fast food or anything like that, because they are out for money. They're out for your blood. If you look at like pasture-raised stuff, if you look at that, there is a literal difference between the meat, the beef quality. And I'm gonna tell you why. Some of those pieces in the store, ooh, they got meat glue. Even though the concept should be gross to you, but if you're not sold on that, or you're still sold on it, let me tell you, they take the worst pieces of the meat, they take the meat glue, they slather it on there, and they stick them together until it's one bigger piece, and they just sell it to you. And yeah, you cook it up and it still can look nice, but that's bad. That's gross. It's literally the lower quality pieces of the meat so that you will eat stuff that you wouldn't. If they could put the lower quality piece out and still make money, you don't think they would do that? It would be so much easier, but you wouldn't buy it, so they wouldn't make their money, and now it would just be no business. So don't do that to yourself. Do not eat the meat glue because you want a quick fix. You may say, oh, well, it costs more money to go get the better stuff. Yeah, that's kind of the whole point. They're giving you the cheap stuff because they want you to keep eating the cheap stuff, and then guess what? The better stuff becomes less accessible. I keep looking at the burger here. The better stuff that we actually want to eat. My dad's got some burgers downstairs. We'll check them again. We got 80% lean, 20% fat. I'm going to tell you another story. Me and my dad went to Golden Corral. We went to Golden Corral. We were almost like reminiscing because we hadn't been there in so long and didn't know they still existed. So we found one. My dad told me about it. I was like, I'm game. We went out to it. Man, I ate. But I found out behind all them little bins of food, they had steak, and it was a mistake. I'm going to tell you right now. I put my plate out. I looked at that steak twice, and I was like, I don't want to waste it now that I got it, but fuck. I told my dad, I was like, they got steak up there. And I was almost feeling bad when I said it. I was like, maybe he'll get a better piece than me. No. My dad sat back down. We both ate like maybe 3 bites of that steak. We didn't talk about it until we left, but we felt exactly the same. That steak was white the whole way through. It didn't even look like a cow. Who knows what the fuck I ate that night, but I'm never going to a Golden Corral again. because I don't want the quick fix. That was for fucking memory's sake. I'm done with that shit. I'm not paying homage to anything. I'm not eating a home cooked meal because I want to put meat in me. I don't know about that shit. I don't know where it came from. You got to tell me that that is a good quality if I'm going to eat it. All right. So I just wanted that to be clear to you because a lot of people, like I said, it's not even about not eating something. It's about eating the good quality something. They have options. We can make a Kringle with cheddar cheese. We don't need to fucking poison ourselves. So forget all this shit. Forget the fucking fast food. I want to talk to you about another thing that's poison. I've been doing this to myself personally. Again, I'm not going to pretend that this shit will kill you in a day, but it'll kill you in a lifetime. So this cutting board. This was my dad's cutting board in the kitchen for probably 5 years. There's a second one and it's red. I threw it away already, but you can see all the cut marks. Every one of those cut marks is a time that we ate plastic that we probably didn't have to. We really didn't have to. We could have just got a wood cutting board all those years ago. And natural things will be digested better than your fucking forever plastics. It's not even a question. Let's be real. And I'm not trying to jinx it, knock on wood. I don't have cancer. So again, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that plastic will instantly kill you. But when it comes down to it, do you want to eat that shit? Like, I'm looking at all the stuff I got in front of me right now. I'm going to compare a couple of them. This water bottle. My mom got me this when I was 18 and it was like 50, maybe more bucks. I don't know. But I've held this thing so tight because all them other water bottles, if you even leave them in the sun, you're going to drink plastic. It's done. Moving on here. This type of water bottle. This is hard plastic. This is one of the few that actually gets an exception. This one does not move like that. It is a whole different breed. Why did I say it like that? Soft plastics like your average water bottle, they are garbage. Do not eat out of them. Do not drink out of them. Whatever, fuck. You get my point. Hard plastics are the way to go. If you don't think that that's like a big deal, okay. I want you to think about eating the toy like in your MacDonald's meal. Just biting the arm off of it because they say that the average American eats a credit card a week. I feel like if you melted down the arm flat, it would be about that. So I want you to picture that every time you go for one of them cheap plastic water bottles and then grab a little bit sturdier one. I should cut in and say, I had to drink out a lot of water bottles. I've been doing that for a while. I know that the tap system in America is shit. I'm not trying to hate on you for picking anything within your means. That's the whole thing about all this stuff. If you have the money to buy it, you should buy it. You also have other options for hydration like coconut water. These are actually better for you when it comes down to it. If you can get your hands on the coconut water, which right now at Aldi's, not an ad, it's $1.50. $1.50. That's how people say money. Yeah, you could get one of these for the same price as a water bottle, and that's better for you. The TerraPaks don't have any, at least that I know of, any leaching BPAs into your actual product. Anyway. Now, I'm not going to pretend that every healthy item is cheap. That's a good deal, but there's a whole lot of things down here that I know are expensive, like this chocolate bar or this hot chocolate. Yeah, this is like 50 bucks right here. I think this is like 10. But regardless, do you need chocolate? Probably not. If we eat the things that are actually healthy for us, like whole foods, I'm talking the meat or the fruit or the vegetables, whatever you want to talk about. I'm not going to show you every single vegetable. I got a couple more examples down here. I don't want to complain about seed oils, but some people do. It's really up to you. There are some people who don't eat meat. There are some people who do. There are some people who won't eat the, what is it called, canola oil. There are some people who don't care about it and just don't give a shit. But I want to ask you, bioengineered food, beyond anything in the ingredients, does it need to be bioengineered? That is specifically done because the company doesn't want to spend the money to just do the shit right. Like, they would rather play with the fucking science of their food than just find a better way to farm. So if we look at the back of both of these, neither of them are bioengineered, but one of them has seed oils in it, because again, not everybody cares about that. I think they're both a better option than eating the worst thing for you, which is done specifically for profit. Beyond that, I want to talk about going back to the prices. There's a lot of things on the market that are just a better option. Like, I like these laundry sheets. It's not a giant bottle. And, you know, they say it's mostly water anyway, so why not just have the soap? but not everyone wants to spend the extra money to get laundry sheets. The more I buy them as someone who has the means to buy them, the more they'll be on the market for other people. I found this to be true in general, not like I specifically have shifted the market, but it's about, let me say this clearly. There is people who will buy organic food. They will not buy the other stuff. So all the stuff that's on the floor around me is off the market to me. If those things want to get back on my market and make the money that they're trying to make, they start advertising like they're healthy. If you look at Lay's, you'll see they just switched up all their marketing and now it looks like a fucking garden bag or some shit as if it changed any ingredients. They didn't change shit, but now they're advertising to a bit of healthier audience. They want to tell you there's only potatoes in there and be very clear about it. It's silly, but it's also real. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. Patagonia. Eating is activism. They put this shit on the box because it's silly, but it's also real. Everything we eat impacts our home and our planet, for better or worse. That's why we make these crisp, delicious. Yeah, I'm not doing the ad reel. I'm telling you, if you eat things that are good for you, it's not just good for you, it's good for the planet. And the other companies see that, then they follow suit and make it better for other people. These companies, like, I'll pick one back up, Pringles. These companies do not care about their customers, but they want their money. So if I go out of my way to not buy Pringles until they make a healthy Pringle, they will have to make something healthy. And they got the money to do it. That's the whole fucking point of making the shit cheap as possible. Fuck. That's the whole point of making their shit cheap as possible. And yeah. They don't care. They don't care about you, and they don't care about me until they care about the money. So that's why eating is activism. If you buy the stuff that's healthy, whenever you have the means to, it'll make those companies be healthier for everybody. Even if the people don't have the money to, eventually Lay's will catch up and make an organic chip, just because. And then eventually it'll be cheaper because they'll make something else to make it even healthier. It's all marketing. Let me put this down. Put that down nicely. You see that? There's one overarching theme to this video, and it's companies. There's all these companies trying to get us, actually. They don't want anything but us. They want your mind first. I got all this shit to demonstrate. Hold on. I'm making a point. They want us to look like this. They want us to mindlessly consume whatever they put in front of us. Just greedy animals ready for the whatever. And this is a joke package I got sent by an amazing artist. Should give them credit. And I think it was actually their boyfriend. But they want you to look like that. They want you to be ravenous about this shit, and then they do it from a young age. They be training us, from Halloween to Easter. They be making this look like a bunny because they want you to be thinking of like the airplane going into your mouth, like this is fun. This is a good thing that you got this candy. And it works. I'm not even sitting here saying kids shouldn't have Halloween, but shouldn't they have healthier options? This stuff is poison. This stuff is poison. And I'm not trying to be like that to be a fucking concerned parent. I don't have kids, but I was a fat kid. I was sold on all this shit. The mini no more was a joke I used to hand out Halloween candy because I literally put the candy in here and then gave them big ass candy bars. So like I gave out king size candy bars the one Halloween. It wasn't last year, but I thought that I'd come back the next year, see all these kids grown up, and I'd be like, whoa, the mini no more worked on you. You're like double the size that you were. And it would have been a funny bit, but it's even funnier when you think about if you eat all that candy, you're gonna be fat. You get double the size, and that ain't right. When I was a kid, when I felt fat, when I was fat, I hated it. I hated myself. I beat myself up about it. And I don't think it's a part of our life to have to get stretch marks necessarily. I don't hate myself for that. I don't think it's a necessity for kids to eat like shit. I think they could get fed good stuff and their body would be fine. They wouldn't feel like that. They wouldn't even like hormonally. There's probably stuff that gets imbalanced from all that garbage we get fed. And that's get fed because kids don't buy stuff for themselves. It's parents trying to make good decisions and they don't even know what they're doing because the company sells the shit like it's good for us or it's a good option or kids want it. And I don't even want to talk about all that because I just did. That is the whole point. It's brainwashing down to the putting Wednesday on it to the motherfucking Peeps. It's just everything. And I'm going to tell you right now, my favorite candies used to be the Swedish Fish And the sour gummy worms, I don't think I have an example of those, but yeah, they got me. I was literally 300 pounds when I finally was like, wow, I gotta do something. And I learned all of this stuff, and that's why I'm really sharing it with you. I'm not saying all this to say, don't eat anything, concerned parent. I'm saying it because I was there, and I don't think you should be. I don't think it's healthy. Like, we would like to live better than that. It's obviously not healthy. Of course, everyone makes their own decisions, though. I just bought these Aussie-style cookies. They are delicious, and they got artificial flavor in them. What can I say? But since I don't eat that shit every day, I don't really worry about, like, I don't know, the problems that come with it. Because I don't want to say cancer, but my dog literally just had tumors in his stomach, and I don't think that shit comes out of nowhere. He was eating the milk bones for half of his life, and that shit is not good. They got red 40 in them. They are just poison straight up. That is not good. And I don't want to do that to myself. So I've been teaching myself about all this. And now I look at that stuff differently. But there's still times that I eat it. And I don't want to hate on you or myself because we're allowed to eat things that we enjoy. But we shouldn't make our whole life artificial. Your body should get more real food than it gets fake food so it can process that. Otherwise, we are literally not going to be right. Our brain and our body, they're both one. I'm pointing to the opposite, but your stomach is made of the same thing your brain is. So don't fucking play with that shit. Do what you're supposed to do. Eat good food. Don't think organic is some weird different word. It's literally what you're supposed to have everywhere. They're spraying poison on this shit, telling you to eat it. Don't do that.